Greetings, body jugglers. Nate from Nate's BodyJugglin here, responding to challenge number 2 by Sensei Satek Ananda, body juggling original teacher. I'm going to be talking about my 8 archetypes. Trying to make it as quick as possible, make it as short as possible. Number 1 is going to be my great teacher, the Addict archetype. It's all about balance. It's all about moderation. It's the force that helps recognize when anything outside you has more authority over you, over your willpower, than your inner self or inner spirit. And that manifests itself abundantly throughout my day, thus dealing with the effects of the presence or the absence of self-control and discipline. For me, it's in my training, it's in my expression, it's in my communication, my food intake, how I use the internet and computers. It's in my thought patterns, negative and positive, obsessiveness, and my relationships. So number 2 archetype that I identify with is the artista. It's the embodying of a passion to express a dimension of life that is not tangible by the 5 senses. Love that line. And it's not about what I do, but it's about how intense the motivation is to manifest the extraordinary. Did you hear that? The extraordinary. And it's doing it in such a way that I create an emotional field that inspires others. Also correlates with many other of the archetypes, such as the Liberator, the Visionary, the Healer, the Advocate, the Rebel, the Guide, and the Rescuer. One other thing about it is financial fears can and will suppress talents. Watch out, Nathan. Number 3 is going to be the Guide archetype, also known as the Sage, the Guru, the Preacher. It's been really important to me to devote myself to embodying some sort of spiritual practice and teachings that help me see the divine, help me see God, help me see law of the universe, law of causality, law of cause and effect. Those are all synonymous to me in every aspect of life. And offering alternatives to violence and suffering and spiritual stagnation through that. Also, the next step is developing our own intuition and spiritual awareness, and then passing it on genuinely and with genuine humility. Number 4 is going to be a healer and also the wounded healer. I just combine them because I'm cool like that. You got to have a passion to serve, or I have a passion to serve, in the form of repairing the body, Satek Ananda, the mind, and the soul, or the body, mind, and spirit, assisting others in transforming their pain into a healing process. It's an art. It's an artist. By also healing my wounds first. And what's cool about this is only the initiate or the wounded can ultimately heal the wound, which in turn heals those 4 archetypes that are universal, that make it 12 out of 8, which are the child or the wounded child, the saboteur, the victim, and the prostitute. Number 5 is the Liberator, helping us to liberate ourselves from tyranny of self-inflicted negative thought patterns, addictive behaviors, what we eat, our beliefs, poor nutrition, pain, destructive relationships, spiritual stagnation, and freedom from oppression. Manifest oppression is in all forms, believe me. Number 6 is archetype, the Lover. The Lover. One who exhibits great passion, great devotion, having a sense of unbridled and exaggerated affection and appreciation for someone or something that influences the organization of your life and the environment. So that one is kind of, it's the motivation of all these, really. Number 7, for time's sake, the rebel, the non-conformist, the rebel, revolutionary, the anarchist, is for me a necessary and powerful teacher in breaking out of the trivial patterns, in breaking out of the conditionings, the limitations, which can lead us to a higher truth by rejecting dogma, by rejecting spiritual systems that do not serve our connection with the divine, and yet allows us to seek other paths. Rebels. One thing about rebels is you got to have a really fine line of balances. They may also reject legitimate authority simply because asked to do something that they find difficult or unpleasant. Side note. And the last but not least, 8, is the seeker. Sums it all up is the search for God, enlightenment, higher love, higher meaning, search for wisdom and truth wherever it is to be found. Must be cautious though, because the lost soul syndrome can come in, aimlessly journeying without direction, ungrounded. So you must stay grounded, you must stay connected to goals, and also can be infatuated with the trappings of different types of gurus, teachings, and only one practice. So you got to watch out for that. And those are my 8 archetypes. Nate's Body Juggling. Thanks for listening, and try to make it short. Much love, peace, and joy. Bye.